First up, we're starting with some news from Moscow, where 11 people have been killed in a fire at a power plant. Now, the fire broke out at an electricity generating power station. At least 150 firefighters have been deployed at the spot. By some estimates, the flames went up to 50 meters high into the sky, with the fire itself at one point covering the territory of 1,000 square meters. And joining us to talk a little bit more about the situation in Moscow at this power plant is Ross Cullen. Ross is joining us from Moscow. Ross, what is the latest situation as far as this fire is concerned?
Yes, the latest situation is that the authorities are keen to stress there's no immediate environmental threat to the area around Moscow. Where this happened was a town about 35 kilometres to the northeast of the Russian capital, and so there is a possible risk of any effect to the suburbs of Greater Moscow, because Moscow is a very large city and reaching out towards the town where that took place. Authorities are keen to stress there's no risk at the moment of any environmental threat apart from containing the flames. As you saw, major flames, huge fireball, towers of flames reaching up into the sky, and it's a serious operation for the fire brigades to deal with. A large number of firefighting units have been deployed. It's going to take them some time to bring everything under control, and then after that there will have to be an investigation as to why this occurred, and the numbers of those who've been injured, possibly killed, could change as well as the fire brigades managed to enter closer to where the fire took place. We believe it could be a rupture, a breakthrough in a gas pipeline, and this plant was supplying natural gas generating power for northern parts of Moscow. So that's what we believe at the moment. It's not an uncommon event here, this kind of explosion in Russia, and you might remember last month in June there was a blast at an explosive factory, and that saw dozens of people injured. So yeah, it's a moving situation at the moment. We know the fire brigades are trying to deal with the situation. There's no immediate environmental threat, but the pictures are really astonishing as well. The fireball reaching up into the sky and the towers of flames that your viewers will have seen so far. So that's the situation at the moment. No immediate environmental threat.
Right, Ross, and very briefly then also, we know on last count there were 11 people who had been killed. Do we know any more about injuries and people who've been shifted to hospitals, or any more indication of casualties and rescues?
No, there have been some conflicting numbers on injuries at the moment. The most common injury that most people would have been suffering would have been burns. Of course, those factory workers trying to just go about their regular morning, and that's when it happened to morning local time here in Moscow, their regular jobs at this gas generating plant. So it would have been a lot of burns that the hospitals in the local area will be dealing with. And as the fire brigade and the first responders are able to get closer and closer as they deal with the flames and bring the situation much more under their control, they'll be able to inspect the scene and therefore see if there are any other people in need of attention or care, or if indeed any other fatalities within the vicinity. So a moving situation at the moment, and the hospitals in the surrounding area will be dealing with a lot of people suffering from burns.
Right. All right, Ross, thanks very much indeed for joining us with the latest there. We will keep coming back to you for more updates.